guys, it's Stock Curry, and in today's video I've got 17 stocks for you guys and 2 cryptocurrencies. We're going to talk about what happened with Lucid earnings. I'm also going to talk about what happened with SOFI and why MARA dropped as well. So let's get into it! Okay, first let's talk about the markets real fast. The markets today were pretty flat, and the futures appear to be pretty flat for Tuesday as well. So right now, it looks like there's a fight going on between bulls and bears, where the technicals, like I said yesterday, are kind of mixed. Some of the market technicals are pointing to a bullish week, some are pointing to a bearish week. But either way, no matter what happens this week, I do think that we are going to have red weeks next week and the week after, because we still have the debt limit bill and the spending bill that have to get figured out. They've barely even been worked on, and so this is going to be a really big deal. Democrats have already said in the past that they need at least 15 days to work on these things, and we already have less than 15 days left, and so it's not going to be good. Come December 3rd, it's over. December 3rd is when the United States runs out of money and is no longer able to pay their bills. And December 3rd is also where the current budget expires and the government is going to shut down without some sort of spending budget in place. And so last time the Republicans said they would not help the Democrats. This points to a downturn in the stock market. I think it could even turn into a correction if we pass that December 3rd deadline. Now, we may still end up with a Santa rally going into, say, the last 2 weeks of December, but for right now, the last 2 weeks of November and the first week of December look to be pretty bearish. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see if the Democrats can get these bills passed, but if they can't, you can expect the markets to go down for the next 2.5 weeks. All right, let's get into today's stock picks. For those of you guys who are new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks on YouTube. Every day I spend hours and hours and hours watching YouTube videos, and then I consolidate all the stock picks from the top YouTubers, and I put them together into a single video. I give you both the cliff notes on their stock picks, as well as my analysis on their stock picks. Now, if anything I talk about today piques your interest, make sure you listen to who I say talked about that stock, and then go watch their video to get the full details on what they said. Now, all I ask for putting all of this together for you guys is that you hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page so that you can get notified when I release my next video. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and click the bell icon next to subscribed and click all so that you can get notifications as well. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. Alright, before we get into today's stock picks, I just want to remind you that I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I talk about today is a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. These are just my opinions, which may or may not be accurate. Please do your own research before investing in any asset. If you're wondering what you're looking at right now, this is the Webull desktop app. Webull is the app that I use for my trading, and it is also the app that I use in all of my videos. If you'd like to get 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $100, Webull is going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300. Alright, let's get into today's stock and crypto picks. And first up is ETH. This is Ethereum. StockMo gave an update on his Ethereum price prediction. He said the fact that ETH is about to go proof of stake will cause the price to go higher, and he showed one analyst who is expecting ETH to 10x over the next 5 years. StockMo thinks ETH will 8x over the next 5 years. He gave a 5-year price target of $12,000 in his bear case and $40,000 in his bull case. I will also let you know that in the short term, ETH is looking very bearish right now and will probably drop down to around the 100-day EMA at around $3,700 before bottoming out and continuing to go higher. Next up is SHIB. This is Shiba Inu. Keenan Grace let us know that the first official burn party for SHIB occurred Monday night. Shiba Inu founders decided to hold an online event where they played music, burned coins, and verified the burns live. In other news, Chris Sane let us know that AMC has worked out an agreement with BitPay to take payments in Shiba Inu. SHIB payments will be available for online payments of movie tickets and concessions. It will take 2 to 4 months for this to get implemented, but could be a catalyst for SHIB in the future. As of the recording of this video, SHIB just dropped below 4 zeros and a 5, although it did recover a little. If SHIB continues dropping, then it looks like SHIB will drop down to the 50-day EMA in the short term to around 4 zeros and a 4, and then eventually down to 100-day EMA at 4 zeros and a 3. So yesterday I said I expect SHIB to break out to either the upside or downside on Tuesday or Wednesday, and right now it looks like it's breaking out to the downside. I will also let you know that as Google searches for Shiba Inu have fallen over the past few weeks, that searches for the next Shiba Inu have risen. So it looks like a lot of people are done with SHIB and are looking for the next thing already. That gives more credence to SHIB dropping back down to 4 zeros and a 3. And now onto our stock picks, and first up is ATVI. This is Activision. They're a game developer. The traveling trader listed ATVI as one of the best stocks to buy now. ATVI was recently hit with quite a bit of bad news, and they also missed earnings expectations. However, it looks like ATVI might be rebounding from its most recent drop. We still don't have confirmation of that rebound yet, as the MACD has not yet formed a golden cross. But the fact that the candle closed above the 10-day EMA on Monday is bullish. The traveling trader said ATVI is too cheap not to buy, and the drop was an overreaction. Next up is CLF. This is Cleveland Cliffs. They're an iron mining and steel manufacturing company. Chris Sain said CLF will be the big winner of the infrastructure bill. CLF remains severely undervalued with a PE ratio of 3.60. I am a long-term bull in CLF, and so is Chris Sain. Chris Sain said this is a buying opportunity on CLF, and I agree. If you do buy though, I like CLF as a long-term play. It will take years for the infrastructure bill to be fully spent. I should also note that CLF technically is quite bearish right now and might drop down to around $20 before bottoming out. So I'm going to give you a buy-in price of $22 and an ideal buy-in price of $20. And next up is DIS. This is Disney. The traveling trader listed DIS as one of the best stocks to buy now. DIS tanked on bad earnings a few days ago, and it continues to fall. While DIS remains a falling knife for now, it does have some support coming up at around $150, and then stronger support at around $120. Personally, with a forward PE ratio of 36, I still think DIS is overvalued, and I would prefer to buy in at around $125. I'm actually holding cash in my boys' custodial accounts to buy DIS once it bottoms out. The traveling trader gave a buy-in price of around $130 to $140 on DIS. Clearly, nobody knows where DIS will bottom out, but one thing we agree on is that DIS remains a falling knife and you should be patient before buying in. Next up is EVGO. This is EVGO. EVGO is the largest network of fast charging stations in the United States. Larry Jones said he sold some of his EVGO shares on Friday after EVGO hit 90 on the RSI. EVGO was severely overbought and due for a pullback. Larry Jones said it's not too late to take profits on EVGO, and he expects it to drop further. I agree with that, as EVGO remains overbought and the MACD histogram is starting to fall. And next up is FSR. This is Fisker. They're a car company getting into EVs. FSR has been running up ever since they reported earnings 2 weeks ago. A viewer of this channel informed me that FSR is holding a sneak peek event in Los Angeles on Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time. This is to launch their Ocean electric vehicle. Now FSR has already been running up going into the event, so I think this might end up being a buy the hype, sell the news event. But there's a chance that this could also cause FSR to run up further if we get some timelines on deliveries. So one way you can play this is with a weekly straddle option. To set that up, you simply go into Options in Webull and under the drop-down from Single select Straddle. With a straddle, you buy both a call option and a put option near the money. The best straddle that I can see is probably this weekly $21 call and $21 put. With this straddle, you will make money so long as FSR either rises or drops more than 10% after the announcement. Now another way that you can lower your risk is by doing a strangle instead of a straddle. The best strangle that I can see is buying the $20 put and also buying a $22 call. This gives you a lower downside risk and a higher upside risk if FSR moves significantly after the announcement. And next up is GGPI. This is a SPAC. GGPI is merging with Polestar. Polestar is a spin-off of Volvo, and they're an EV manufacturer in Europe. Stockmo gave his update on GGPI on Monday. He thinks this will be a typical SPAC play where it runs up going into the merger and then sells off after the merger. Stockmo said he would wait until after the merger dip before buying in. He does think it is a good company long term though. In the short term, GGPI just hit 85 on the RSI and the candle is well above the EMAs. GGPI is now due for a pullback and the chart is no longer completely bullish. I agree with Stockmo that if I was in GGPI, I would be selling and taking profits at this point. And next up is LCID. This is Lucid Group, and they're an American EV manufacturer. During the day on Monday, Stockmo let us know that the Lucid Air was named Motor Trend's Car of the Year. That helped to prop the stock up during the day over 2%. Also, Bank of America increased their price target on LCID to $60. They gave the reason due to updated fundamentals, including faster than expected growth. After the close on Monday, LCID reported earnings. Most people expected LCID to drop in price post-earnings, but after hours it traded flat. LCID declined to give revenue numbers and instead said they would report revenue numbers in Q4. Overall, LCID missed on the few earnings numbers that they gave. But the good news was that LCID saw orders rise 30% since the end of the third quarter, which makes their Q4 guidance good. LCID said it has more than 17,000 reservations for its Lucid Air, which is up from 13,000 at the end of Q3. Those reservations represent an order book value of $1.3 billion. Thanks to an increase in revenue, LCID said they are confident they will hit their 20,000 vehicle production target for next year. So despite missing earnings expectations, Q4 guidance was good, which caused the stock price to trade flat after hours. I still think LCID will take a breather over the next few days or weeks before continuing higher, and that is based upon the technicals showing overbought and the MACD histogram falling. The big concern is not if, but when LCID announces another share offering. LCID will need to raise more cash soon, and once they do announce a share offering, that is going to cause the share price to drop in the short term. Once that happens, that will be a buying opportunity. Next up is LL. This is Lumber Liquidators. They're a flooring retailer. Jeremy with financial education likes LL because the stock is down over 50% from its high in January. But Jeremy did say he was disappointed in LL's revenue growth over the past few years, which has been pretty much stagnant. Jeremy said this does not look like a good buy to him. Technically, LL remains a falling knife and is showing no signs of bottoming out anytime soon. LL saw a decrease in year-over-year revenue last quarter, although some of that can be attributed to the pandemic. The good news is that LL is undervalued from a PE ratio standpoint. LL currently has a forward PE ratio of 13.09. So while I would wait for LL to bottom out before buying in, this could make a good long-term hold stock. And next up is MARA. This is Marathon Digital Holdings, and they're a Bitcoin miner. ZipTrader let us know that MARA was down over 27% on Monday after they announced that they would be raising $500 million through the sale of bonds in order to purchase more Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining machines. Now, while that's good in the long term, that amount of additional debt is bad in the short term. But the short-term bad news doesn't stop there. ZipTrader also let us know that MARA just announced that they received a subpoena from the SEC regarding their Hardin, Montana data center. The SEC is investigating whether or not there may have been any violations of securities laws regarding the issuing of 6 million shares in order to acquire that facility. That is causing FUD for MARA. ZipTrader said that if this does trigger a bear cycle for MARA, that this could be a good buy once the FUD dies down and MARA bottoms out. By the way, MARA has a history of bottoming out at around the 200-day EMA. The 200-day EMA closed Monday at $34.99. And next up is OTLY. This is OTLY, and they're a plant-based foods company with a focus on oatmeal. Jeremy with Financial Education reviewed OTLY today. He's intrigued by the fact that OTLY is down 68% from its high in June. OTLY has been a falling knife pretty much since about a month after they IPO'd, and on Monday, OTLY dropped another 20% after disappointing earnings. Not only did OTLY miss on earnings for Q3, they reported a revenue warning for the full year with weak Q4 guidance. Net losses have increased year over year, and the company is currently investigating a quality issue in one of its production facilities. The company says that will result in the destruction of inventory and a loss of sales. Jeremy with Financial Education said he has OTLY on his watch list, but he's not buying in yet. He's waiting for the company to turn around their sales and revenue and start growing again before he would consider buying in. And next up is PINS. This is Pinterest. The traveling trader listed PINS as one of the best stocks to buy now. His reason is because he said PINS looks like it found support at around $43 and is now rebounding. We do have confirmation of a rebound with the candle closing above the 10-day EMA on Monday and the MACD forming a golden cross. Complete confirmation will be when the 10-day EMA crosses above the 21-day EMA. So while there's a chance the PINS could continue falling further, the fact that we are seeing some confirmation of a rebound is signs of bullishness for PINS. To be on the safe side though, the traveling trader said he would set a stop loss at $42.50 in case PINS continues to drop. And next up is PRPL. This is Purple Innovations. They're a manufacturer of mattresses, pillows, and more. You know Jeremy with Financial Education loves to buy stocks that are beat down, and PRPL is one of those stocks. PRPL is down 67% from its high in January, and it remains a falling knife to this day. PRPL recently reported earnings, and they were really bad. PRPL saw a decrease in year-over-year revenue. Their earnings dropped to 3 cents per share. That gives PRPL a forward PE ratio of 148.89. Now personally, I think PRPL will bottom out at around $9. But in the short term, this most recent drop was probably too much too fast, and the RSI is currently at 16. I think there's a chance that PRPL will rebound to $16 in the short term before continuing lower. German with Financial Education gave PRPL a $15 buy-in price and a $10 ideal buy-in price. While Jeremy doesn't currently own shares in PRPL, he did say that he would buy in if the price drops below $10. And that lines up with my $9 price that I think PRPL is going to get down to. Next up is PYPL. This is PayPal. Both Chris Hain and the traveling trader like PYPL now that it is showing signs of rebounding. We still don't have confirmation yet, so it's hard to say if PYPL will actually rebound or if it will bounce off of the 10-day or 21-day EMAs and continue going lower. It did bounce off of the oversold position on the RSI, and the MACD is rising, but the candles are still below all of the EMAs, where the MACD has not yet formed a golden cross. So I'm bullish on PYPL, but cautious also, knowing that it could drop further. The traveling trader recommended placing a stop loss in PYPL at $197, and I like that idea. Next up is SNAP. This is Snapchat. The traveling trader likes SNAP purely as a short-term technical trade. SNAP closed above the 10-day EMA on Monday, which is bullish. The MACD also formed a golden cross. The traveling trader said he would take profits quickly at around $60. He does not like SNAP as a long-term hold. And next up is SOFI. This is SOFI, and they're an online fintech startup. Stockmo let us know that SOFI dropped over 5% after hours after SOFI announced another share offering. What makes this share offering unique, though, is that these shares are being sold by early investors and not by SOFI. So SOFI will not receive any proceeds from the sale of these shares. Also of note is that this is just a sale of already issued shares. So unlike most share offerings, this will not dilute the number of outstanding shares. The drop in price is similar to why TSLA is dropping in price. It's due to heavy selling pressure from majority shareholders, and not due to a traditional share offering. This could provide a buying opportunity for SOFI, but I'd like to wait and see where SOFI bottoms out before buying in. It's hard to say how low SOFI will go before bottoming out, so you'll just have to get this one on your watch list. And next up is TSLA. This is an American EV manufacturer. Stockmo said he expects Tesla to continue to fall as Elon Musk continues to slowly sell his shares. Right now, it looks like TSLA will probably get down to that $900 level that I thought it would get down to. Once Elon Musk is done selling, though, both Stockmo and myself expect TSLA to continue its bull run. Larry Jones said he bought more TSLA shares on Monday at $987. He said TSLA might go lower, but he thinks TSLA is a buy at any price under $1,000. This is a long-term hold for Larry Jones. Next up is VLTA. This is voltage charging. They're a manufacturer of EV charging stations. Larry Jones said he did some profit taking of VLTA Monday morning. He felt like it ran up too fast. VLTA hit 72 on the RSI, which is overbought. The candles remain well above all of the EMAs, which points to either a topping out or a pullback coming soon. The top on Monday lines up with the prior top from September, so that is a resistance level for VLTA. I agree with Larry Jones that VLTA will drop down to between $10 and $11 before continuing higher. Larry Jones said he would sell all of his VLTA short-term shares once VLTA hits $14. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is. And if you're looking for a broker to trade with, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up for Webull using my link in the description below and deposit just $100, Webull's going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300. Now, if you're not a US resident, or if you're looking to trade OTC penny stocks, or if you just don't like payment for order flow, then I recommend Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers is a great trading platform. They have highly discounted trading. Trades start at just $1 US, $1 Canadian dollar, 4 euros, or 6 Australian dollars, depending upon where you live. And both Webull and Interactive Brokers both offer the full pre-market and after-hours trading. They also offer cryptocurrency trading with popular cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and Shiba. Now, I do also want to remind you that I am also promoting a Discord called Lucrum Investing, and I have a free 7-day trial with Lucrum Investing. And if you want to go over there and check it out, there's 60 other analysts just like myself over there. I'm also over there from time to time. So I have a link for that in the description of this video as well at scottcurry.me/discord. All right, I want to remind you one more time to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.